As-salaamu alaykum, sister. Thank you for writing to our live session. As I understand, you're concerned about your mom. According to you, you feel that your mom is married to a narcissist, your father. And you state that, he belittles her, treats her like a servant, speaks ill of her, shames her in front of his family, and so forth. However, your mom, on the other hand, you feel that, she acts kind of like these things don't matter and being nice to people, comes first. And you state that she's used to it and she doesn't even hope for anything better. You state that she has no dreams for a better life, no need to be respected, and there's nothing actually that she likes to do as far as maybe, hobbies or interests and so forth. Also, you stated that, your mom is one of the people who, it sounds like she's very loving, but she's one of the people who will take this kind of treatment, right? And as you stated, that shows a lack of self-esteem, and she lets other people treat her badly, and she doesn't have any boundaries. With that said, sister, it's not really your father who's the problem, although that's a problem, right? The way he treats her is a problem. It is haram, and no way should a husband treat a wife in that manner, okay? No way, especially as a Muslim. It's just not acceptable, and it's sinful, right? To oppress somebody and belittle them and treat them cruelly is oppressive. And Allah hates oppression and those that do it. But the real problem is not lying with your father. The real issue, as you may know, is lying with your mom, right? It's with your mom. Your mom has not developed a healthy sense of self-esteem. She's not developed self-confidence. She's not developed possibly even self-love, right? Because when you love yourself, and I'm not talking about conceitedness or being puffed up with pride, no. Just basic love for self. Because Allah created all of us, and we should respect that, and we should love what Allah created and appreciate what Allah created, right? So, like with that said, Allah created your mom, and your mom should treat herself accordingly as something that is valuable and something that is, precious and sacred and to be treated with love and respect, right? Sadly, she has not gotten that, nor has she, demanded it, nor has she walked away from toxic relationships, okay? Your mom may need counseling, okay? She may need counseling to help her see that, her self-esteem, her self-love, and her self-confidence is damaged, right? And she may need help in trying to rebuild that. And nobody's ever too old to do that, right? But this may have been a lifelong thing for her. She may have not had positive reinforcement and, positive love and encouragement and support when she was growing up. So therefore, she grew up thinking that she, should just be a doormat for everybody and just take whatever comes along that's disrespectful or not respecting her, okay? Sometimes this is like kind of common with women in certain households or cultures, or even, certain mental health illnesses among parents can cause children to grow up with low self-esteem and feel like they're not worthy, or feel like, they should be servants to everybody and just take abuse. And that is, obviously wrong. So, inshallah, you may want to encourage her to get counseling. You may want to go with her, right, to be supportive. And just maybe talk to her about, how does she feel about herself? Ask her to name a few things that she loves about herself and respects about herself. Ask her, to name a few things that she feels that she's very good at, right? Like maybe she feels she's good at baking, or maybe she feels, she's good at writing poetry or whatever it is, right? Try to get her to open up, inshallah, about the things that she loves and appreciates about herself. And inshallah, remind her that Allah created her, and Allah created her with love, and Allah does not create mistakes, nor does Allah create us as human beings, servants to Him, to be walked over, abused, disrespected, right? If you take that approach with her, which is a loving approach, maybe she'll be more receptive, right? Maybe she'll listen, and she might see some of herself in this. So yeah, please, sister, do encourage her, and maybe do it with her, to start writing a journal and to make a list of the things that she likes about herself. And this could also lead into like making lists of boundaries. Not right now, because it might be too much right now, but later on, as she grows in her knowledge of self, and as she sees all of her good and beautiful and strong points, and begins to appreciate them, acknowledge them, and live them, right? And always pray with your mom too. Pray that Allah blesses her and helps her to see her worth and her value and her beauty and her piousness. So with that said, sister, please do have a talk with your mom from the different perspective, because again, maybe, your father is a narcissist. Maybe he's not, but that's not the problem. That's not the issue. The real issue is your mom's sense of self, her self-esteem, her self-worth, her self-confidence, and the lack of all of that. So inshallah, sister, please have a talk with her and just maybe sit down and do some journaling together and have her write out a list of things that she loves about herself and build on it from there. We wish you the best.